Sprawl is on top of things. Well, in that case, we're basically just going to be zooming through a lot of them. So, let's buckle down and get it done. And for those of you who remember, our true name is actually Edel Blau.
So he was a Crimson Angel. What were we again? Was
We the Apostle of the Blue Sky or something like that.
That's one of them.
Is Edel Blau okay? It better be. I think we've probably seen the birds enough, right? Oh, well, we might as well. We aren't really losing anything.
What I'm amused by is that thing is clearly defective because it doesn't show Gosan, as a... And he is the birdiest of birds, so it doesn't work.
Right. Then I'll go ahead and wait until our first near our decision point so we can just save and go right through that.
Right.
Sakura Labelle. I do feel bad for Nageki. That said, I really like his music. It just sets the tone really well. Sprawl lost it a bit of Dark Sorcerer Wallenstein. I admit, I think all of us kind of lost it, right about that point.
Especially with Mog following it up to stream Wolfenstein.
Right, right.
Didn't they actually have, at least in Wolfenstein 3D, they actually had the fake mecha, the fake Robo Hitlers.
Yeah,
that floated around in cloaks and...
Alright.
Yeah, the Angel storyline was something else, Mog.
Okay, so what is the first choice?
Okay. For which one?
Let's go with a bad end for...
Did you save here?
Yes,
Okay.
I just did.
Okay.
And
Sleepy Bird, Evil Bird.
does he only have one path or two?
Sleepy Bird only has one.
Okay, so let's go ahead and go with Sleepy Bird this time.
Okay.
So what's the first one for him?
Join the Student Council.
Join the Student Council. Okay.
Oh
yeah,
Sprawl is
Sprawl
right.
might be right. Arg.
Too slow. Oh, interesting. Satya has Naoto's family name. That's something for my headcanon.
And Sprawl, that is true, but for the other endings... Oh, this might work.
Yeah. That's even perfect. It's right before the decision point.
But you have like an extra card or something for the archives if you go with the normal ending as well. So.
Oh, plus that too. Moxing, you have to get all the endings to get to the secret ultra, or the ultra truly secret route.
You said it didn't matter?
No. I'm sure that Miss Satomi Meow would recommend the class he teaches, but... we haven't seen this since
for a long time.
Yeah, the Christmas stream. It's a funny seeing Edel name up there.
What a prig. And I'll try to get the right pace for reading and such.
Uh-huh.
Dumb Japanese.
Mog, we are not doing the racist bird story. We are doing Sleepy Bird, but Ben wanted to show this as we haven't done it since the Christmas.
That's
stream.
true. If it doesn't show Sleepy Bird, I'll just do this for.
Yeah, that's what do we actually get to him properly? This is the clerk.
Okay.
It's a good point. So do you want to skip this?
Well, we won't be doing this for his, I'm pretty sure. So this would be a different path.
Matt, we'll be the join student council for...
No, what I'm saying is, after the decision point, it's a different path, so this should be unique dialogue.
Oh.
So that's why I'm showing this off.
Fair enough.
Although we were inflicted with,
Yeah, I think you end up having to be the vice president no matter what you do.
well, yeah, but it's still different than if you choose vice president
True,
at the start.
true.
That's what I'm saying.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Back to the cave.
Okay. And we go with Kazuaki, right?
Surprise, surprise. What is it? Wow. She has friends. It's just so weird trying to visualize, the like a normal person, like you're running around playing with, birds in open field and stuff.
I hope he's okay.
Little elective days. God, Jim. Unpleasant flashbacks. I was good at volleyball, and that was about it.
Let's see, and I believe this is just, talking about the sports festival.
Since I went to a small school my freshman year in high school, which was the
And
only...
which one is that?
Three-legged race, right?
Okay. I'm guessing it probably doesn't mind.
It doesn't mind. It doesn't matter.
The game doesn't mind what we do.
Right.
For these. I'm guessing, a lot of these, since you have unique opportunities with Kazuaki, then the other things you kind of have different things you can go with.
Mom was saying she's not even sure if they're bird-sized or human-sized. I'm pretty sure they are normal bird-sized.
Because
there are some lines about like holding them in her hands or something.
Yeah, and I was thinking too that Scooter Bird mentions that size difference doesn't matter as much for
right, because they're not going to add much weight to the braking regulations or whatever. What I was starting to say is that I did, the year I took PE, which luckily for us and where I was at, we didn't have to do that every year like MAGA apparently had to in the UK. But I took that my freshman year, and that was when my eyesight first started having problems. And I'm nearsighted in one eye and normal in the other eye. This is 6.2 with skip class. So I guess so infirmary and skip class, yeah.
Right.
And so because the school I was at was small enough, they didn't have a football team. Everybody focused on baseball and softball. And so we did that for, I'd say, probably a good 3 months worth of the year was just on baseball. And so of course when you're nearsighted in one eye and you haven't adjusted to that yet, I was terrible at it. So that just made it even worse.
Tanabata.
Oh, we know which one number 4 would do. This is you want to rule the world from the shadows.
Presumably because it's easier to take naps there. Then we actually take his invitation this time,
yes.
I imagine.
Well, the only reason this option is here in the first place. I kind of wonder if it's one of those things where you have to make every choice correct, or at least a majority of them, or if they actually do like track points, and you have to have a certain number of points, and this just guarantees it, like the way to get all of them.
I imagine that you actually need to choose the correct options, because a lot of them, especially later on, you just don't get the options for anyone else.
Yeah, I noticed that, right. They're very rustic. You might be going a little fast.
Wonderful indeed.
Yeah, when it's only a couple of words on the dialogue box, you're probably fine. Always with the homework. Well, I imagine it probably would sound a little hollow. Must have some great acoustics in that cave.
Electives again.
Yep. Jim.
No, Sleepy Bird is he does not have enough energy to have more than one ending. Oh yeah, that's disappointing, Mr. Nanaki.
See, it's even shorter since we're skipping so much dialogue.
Then I don't think this will actually matter, will it?
Actually, yes. There's an option we want. Never mind.
You're late.
Yeah, I don't think. Once again, I don't think it matters because we're not doing enough stuff to get points with him. But I guess if you don't get enough with one bird, of course you get killed. So it wouldn't be proper for Edelblau to be assassinated.
Actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and skip this until I get to the decision point. Because we'll be seeing this again with his...
Exactly,
so.
right.
Never mind, you said?
Yes.
Never mind.
Never you mind.
Excellent. Just as Keikaku.
Translators know Keikaku means plan.
Okay,
Hunter
Scooter Bird.
Yep. Carve into your soul, kid.
I probably shouldn't go all the way through with that. Although we've seen this a lot.
Yeah, we've seen this a lot. Yeah, just skip it. We'll be getting to a zombie soon enough. Did you have a save before to see her, or?
I might have, but I didn't have any other endings. So.
Right. Yeah. Sprawl seemed to.
For her, I would need to get a job, I think.
Yeah, let's just forget it.
Yeah. So.
Well, this will just say forget it for Kazuaki.
Yeah, we'll just do that and then run it through again for Azami.
Right. Yeah, although, like I was starting to say, Sprawl seemed fairly sure that you didn't actually need Vitality for her after all. So if you had a save there, all the same ending. Oh, so you can't reload a save and to jump around. That could be a problem.
No, I don't think that's what he means. It's that
what she means.
She means.
Oh,
I thought that's what Sprawl said. Sorry. But I think it's the sort of thing where you have to have every ending unlocked on that save. So, like, if you reload an old one, it doesn't count for any ones that you've beaten after that point. So, for example, for the end, we would have to start a completely new game to get all the endings.
Huh. Fair enough.
Anyway, Kazuaki.
Yes. We'll need a zombie for the secret ending anyway. Fair enough.
But we're going to carve it into our soul anyway.
Right, well, of course, Yeah, Ben has to rack up those Steam cheapos.
Considering the difference in ages, I can imagine they're probably pretty close to the same age.
Mm.
And yeah, Mog, I imagine you probably need all the main birds.
Right. And here's the music that they got the copyright strike on it.
Clearly, we'll just have to switch this out with a different kind of song.
Right. Well, not a strike. You got the notification that we'll take all your ad monies, which we don't have any. So we don't need Angel, but we have them anyway. So, but I would not have passed up that story.
It was, yeah. Redox color reactions.
Huh. I'm only into Orthodox color reactions.
But she has Wisdom of 1.
I don't know.
Oh,
there we go. Tee.
Oh, my Edel.
What kind of bird was Kazuaki again?
I want to say he was a...
See it.
I think he was a pigeon too, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
Is there a decision point here?
Yes, we want to help Nanaki. Surprise! Well, obvious choice there, right?
Yeah. Oh, a quail.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. He's the last person to judge anybody for oversleeping. I think they play up her being even more of a dummy than usual on this one.
It's entirely possible. Although this is a conversation she has every time.
Right. When I was in high school, one time we had some inclement weather, and here in Missouri, it can handle snow okay. We usually get some of it every year, but one particular time they had, I think the Thursday and Friday of a week were both snowed in, and there had been some talk on the radio about, not like of course, there had been some talk on the radio about like the makeup days and everything. So then we get that some parents get a call that that Saturday school is still going on. Well, the thing is that that's what they would do is if students had too many detentions or whatever, they would make them come in on Saturday for makeup work. And for some reason, like we got, Alex Sproul was saying, why are you asking the student that dumb, to grade the tests? Hey, she could still compare answers, right? And even Wisdom 1 could solve an open book test.
Right.
But apparently they got their wires crossed. And they sent messages to like all the parents, and not just the ones whose kids were in Saturday school. So they called up, Dad, and he was like, "Well, should you go? I don't know. I mean, school on Saturday seems pretty weird, but." So yeah, we went there anyway, and then just went right back home because they just called the wrong people on that one.
Proper little lady.
That would be a good freeze frame for it.
Yeah.
Eviscerate is a good word. I need to use that more often.
Every birdie's growing themselves new outfits.
This would be easy when you just, create your own instead of having to go buy it.
I guess, but it have to feel monotonous after a while.
It's not that they don't end up dressing up Ryota anyway.
Right.
Meeting in the morning. Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's like I didn't, when Ben and I were talking about this one last time, I didn't think I'd end up liking the game that much at all. I'm still kind of, torn on it. It's like, I've only been interested in a handful of dating games in the first place, and of course these are, the Otome games are not something I'm normally interested in. But it's just quirky and weird enough, and they mix it up with the serious stuff, enough that I'm kind of interested in everything. But San was terrible.
Until he ascended to Lord Pooty!
Yes, the Jello cup runneth over, but, it's... Even that, It is Breach.
Bleach!
What would a bird be doing? Not to reiterate the point, they grow themselves their own outfits. What is he doing with the washing machine?
None of you can see me shrugging my shoulders. But...
This comes standard on their bird apartments.
Yeah, especially since I'm sure feathers are dry clean only.
Dun dun. Mock just da. So okay, what was that? What was that about?
True, it might have been the game and not us.
That's true. Yeah, could have. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Wayne's sheer blasphemy might have just stunned her into silence.
Yeah, I am a putty apostate.
Let's see.
No choices on this one.
Oh, no choices. So it's probably just more Maid Cafe.
Yep. Yeah, I used a picture of Yuya with the student tie for the thumbnail on his video.
Oh, good. Whew. Oh, wow. Oh yeah, Mog still wants more information on the cosmology. How does the Crimson Angel of Judecca relate to Lord Pooty?
Well, remember, if we don't properly help Kosan ascend to the higher plane, does it become Lord Putty?
Yep, Lord Putty remains sealed, like the Crimson Angel of Judecca.
Dun, dun,
I'm
dun.
just saying.
So clearly, this is some kind of. Yeah.
That is a perfect response. Yeah, oh, hey, that direction's
Sure.
fucking Pony. Sure.
Yeah, I think with the Wisdom one and the fact she knows about like the Kulak revolt and all that stuff, kind of just makes me think that she's some kind of like idiot savant. Just has like some kind of these facts and figures just filed away, and yet can't figure out what 2 + 2 is.
Right.
Of course, if as I understand it, the whole idiot savant thing is basically normal for anime anyway. So.
Over in his chair.
Yep. Kind of disappointed they didn't do a Halloween theme thing for this one, considering how much they liked dressing up the birds in this game.
Well, to be fair, you don't really do Halloween in Japan.
That's true. That's true.
You have Obon, but you don't really dress up for that quite so much.
Right. That's a good point. I keep forgetting with how weird it is in the localization and everything that it is still. But yeah. I guess you're gonna wait until the Gumantine thing comes up, but then looked up what was going on with that.
But I don't remember what the name of the thing actually was.
Okay, let me look that up.
Yeah.
And you can guess which choice you make here.
Right. Which is weird because it gets Naki yelled at, but.
Japan is going to use one of those.
I just searched for February Japanese holidays.
Right.
Because I think there's only the one in early February.
Coming of Age Day. Huh.
No, that's not it.
No, that's January, yeah. National Holidays and Observances in Japan. February. It's not there. Maybe it's not being observed anymore.
No, it would be observed, it just might not be a national holiday.
The only one is National Foundation Day on the 11th.
Yeah, that's not it. Yeah, search for February 3rd.
Holiday February 3. Setsubun, that was it.
Oh yeah, Setsubun.
Yeah. The other day I was reading up on the Wikipedia article on Douglas MacArthur, and it was kind of interesting. And and it's one of those. He's one of those historical figures that there's just a lot of stuff on both sides about. Like I liked how Wikipedia ended it with this quote from some guy saying like, all the bad stuff you've heard about him is true, all the good stuff was too though. And yeah, the whole the Gaijin Shogun thing, when he basically single-handedly ran the Americanization of Japan after World War II and stuff. That's really interesting.
True real life. Time.
Oh, she's Curious Time magazine. Yeah.
And life.
No product placement.
I don't know. I still have such a soft spot in my heart for Ryota.
Mm-hmm. Ryota's your favorite?
No, definitely not. But...
Who's your favorite so far?
I have to admit, part of me wants to say Angel for the sheer hilarity of it all. But actually, of all of them, I think it's now Yuya.
Mm-hmm.
Because, the French super spy is just... even as a bird, I still like it.
Right. What about you, Mog? Without Sway here, you're the person I'm curious the most. Are you holding out for racist bird, or you like one of the other birds?
And Sprawl, we would like your opinion too, because unlike Wayne, I'm not trying to curry favor over here.
No, the reason I'm curious is that it's like while they have caught on with everybody, kind of like dating sims obviously for dudes, but a lot of women like them too. Sway is still here. Okay.
Wow.
But it's kind of obvious that the Otome games are kind of aimed at women.
In that case, Sway, the same question to you.
Yeah.
What's your favorite bird?
Yeah, what are you doing browsing manga, Sway, when you've got an anime bird dating game right here?
97? I think that's supposed to be a percent.
Right. It's more like Shu and a zombie. Okay.
I can definitely see that.
We pass a note to the teacher. It's like, who do you like? Monk says it's tricky. She likes Angel because it's so absurd, but the genre shift at the end of Yu's story is good too. I think it's where Ben's at.
Yeah, exactly. It's like before then, it's like yeah. And it's like, oh, you're actually like this, the super spy,
Sway just in it for looks. She's holding off to see racist bird.
Yes, Pootie was the one that had the it's like the rage voltage or something like that. Although then he was merely the humble Okosan,
right?
Not yet ascended to his true form.
But the mortal vessel of the great Lord. Praise be upon him. Yeah.
And Pootie is the top contender. Yeah, the fact again is just the total genre shift there at the end. It's like, okay, before then, whatever. Oh, you are actually, you are my lord and master.
Chris Way says Nageki was cute but dead.
Right. That's the thing. It's like if there was a happier ending for Nageki, I think I would like it.
Right.
Like, okay, that's really sad, but I can't call you my favorite because it hurts so bad. You're too good for this world.
Maka's Ghost Board was just a bit boring.
Oh,
harsh.
Well, to be fair, it is kind of one.
Yeah. So there is something to be said for the routes and stories where you kind of coax the relationship out of somebody and everything.
Right.
But it's like, yeah, I mean,
what should I do?
It all kind of makes it a. You ask about the photo. It all kind of makes it a shaggy dog, or I guess in this case, molted bird story. And the fact that he's just dead anyway. After all that, and that's that.
Yeah,
I remember
here come the perfect characters. Why?
I remember this one. We were making the jokes about Pokemon with it was an evil spirit that fell out.
Right. No, that was something completely unrelated. We've never been on this path before.
What?
Yep.
I thought.
Nope, we have never been on this path before.
What? Okay.
Nope, completely different joke.
I thought maybe Yuya and Kazuaki's routes overlapped here, but
I don't believe so.
Huh. Okay. Well, I stand corrected then.
You would have remembered this dramatic piano music.
True. Edel is bird curious. Well. So I was looking stuff up. What was that all about?
Basically,
she found a cell phone. I caught that part.
Yeah, she found a cell phone. There was a picture in it that fell out. It is a picture of a bird, but it was completely scribbled over with marker. And so she went to ask Kazuaki about it, and he said, "Yeah, it's that way because I did it."
Ah. Outside gradually breaks down her soul. Well, it's been carved into too. So. Man, birds are terrible with phones. You think they wouldn't? You think they don't have hands or something?
We're looking at Daily Portal Z.
Well, that's kind of apropos of nothing. Sway says Tifa is the awesome character. Well, she is kind of awesome, but
it's for something that she and I were talking about earlier.
I could see Mom was saying she bets Kazuaki has dead family.
That could be, yeah.
My first thought would be that's his ex, that he marked out, but.
Well, considering that he and Evil Bird were working together, maybe there's like some horrible thing in his past that he did.
Right. So Tifa reminds me, speaking of Final Fantasy VII, if Shu is clearly Hojo, That must mean Kazuaki is Vincent.
No, 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 could be.
That's why he was asleep. That's why he was asleep all the time. You know.
Well, no, with the curse and everything, Angel clearly has to be Vincent.
True, true. Kind of disappointed it's a human in a thing over there in the corner.
Yeah, there should be like maybe one human and one bird or something.
Right, right. Open too.
Ah!
Of course. That's true. Yeah, yeah. Mog was saying that's a good angle on the infirmary. I haven't seen that side.
Oh
of
yeah,
it.
that's very true.
Normally we just look at the medicine cabinet. Right? Hmm.
Well, that's ominous.
But you never ask that question because because no matter how they answer, you have to get rid of them anyway.
Right.
At the risk they're lying to you. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, if they lie to you, you have to get rid of them. If they saw something, you have to get rid of them. And if they know there's something to look for, you have to get rid of them anyway. Just as planned. Birds! Yes, intergalactic trash can, which is quite the interesting name.
That's quite a name, right?
Birds.
I think you're in the wrong stream, Trash Can. Mog was playing Elite yesterday, I think it was. Nothing intergalactic here.
Lord Pooty transcends all galaxies.
True.
The Black Files.
Of course.
That's kind of ominous.
You never put your really confidential evil stuff like in black files or the ominous ones with the military block letter print or whatever. You always put them in the ones with flower patterns and it's like family photos on the caption or something. It's kind of like I was back in the days of Windows 95 and stuff like that. There were threads like on Usenet and everything. It's like, what did you call your porn folder briefcase? That is to keep people from using their computer that would find it. Is anything? It is not very well organized. I guess it could be.
How is he supposed to get the ones on the top shelves?
Oh, they can fly.
Uh-oh.
Welp. So it was Metal Gear yesterday.
Brute villain, fluffy heretic.
Oh, that's a great one. I got to remember that. Yeah, Mog said Metal Gear yesterday, and yeah, so Elite would have been earlier in the week, right? Intergalactic wants to know where's the bird BDSM. We're not. If it is there, it'll probably be an Evil Birds route, which we're not on.
Right.
But no, this is not that kind of dating game. So far, anyway.
So far.
Unless. And then destroy the evidence. So speaking of Final Fantasy, shall I give you despair? Well, that's even more ominous. You should be hearing footsteps, unless this bird's wearing shoes or something.
Well, I don't know. He's chuffy enough. He might have.
That'll be Kazuaki, of course.
Yay! Whew.
Oh, just getting your cardio in. I feel like I can guess what that link is going to be a reference to.
You can practically hear angels, like the Crimson Angel of... Hey, you got exactly what Mog promised. Reminds me of one time around here, there was a advertisement for a topless car wash. And of course, I had a bunch of really good-looking girls up front, and they were cheering for everything.
Right.
And people got furious because when they got in there, it was a bunch of topless firefighters. It's like, no, you got exactly what you were promised.
Yep.
I burst out laughing.
Right.
Because of course they were like deeply offended. It's like, this isn't what I. Dun dun dun. It's amazing how they actually managed to find a partridge that actually looks fairly ominous. I think it's the fact they have the slanty eyes there.
Yeah, the eyes are a good touch, and they kind of position the picture of the bird such that at the angle he's at, he looks a lot more, feels a lot more of the screen, looks more imposing.
And it kind of looks like he's glaring at whoever he's looking at. So.
Right. They do a pretty good job of matching.
Clive Waring?
All right, time to look that up.
This whole thing stinks of ill-doing.
Clive Waring is a British musicologist, conductor, tenor, and keyboardist who suffers from chronic anterograde and retrograde amnesia.
Ah.
Wow, in '85, contracted a herpes simplex encephalitis. The virus attacked the central nervous system. Has been unable to store new memories.
Huh.
Cannot control emotions or associate memories effectively.
Wow.
Oh. That's really interesting. Oh, that just kind of reinforces the whole thing about
Just kidding.
About about Edel being the idiot savant thing. I mean, not very smart, but just she played it pretty well at Jeopardy. Mox says she has the twitching modes ad blocked. Is that just I guess that pulls them from Twitch's server and you have that blocked? That would make sense. See, I'm kind of torn about the twitching modes. I think the hitbox ones work better for the normal streaming and everything. I miss not having a thumbs up here on Twitch, but some of them are pretty. Some of the expressions are pretty funny. Yeah, she probably could have cleaned up. Yeah. So did you specifically block those, or was that just a package deal with Twitch itself? And I kind of need to see, obviously, as being streaming, I probably need to see them to see what the people in chat are doing.
What do I want?
Yes. Fulfillment in school.
Makes sense.
Yeah. When you're hot for teacher, you got to make sure to impress. Specifically block them. Fair enough. She's on a different route this time. Of course, Ryota doesn't even have this one, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you left that. Yeah, I think this stuff is. This is true. This is different, right? That's true because that happened one time. It's like there's this little bit, but because the rest of it is, I guess for flagged for not being new, then you just skips right by it.
Right.
Yeah. They went back and solved this like for a couple dialogue boxes.
And like this part, the getting the fortune is the same for every time.
Right.
It's not until afterwards where you can change it out.
Check that out. Bork's Blessing. What's that a reference to? Splendid Bork Bird blog.
Huh.
Huh. At blogspot.com. Oh, it's just a exotic bird fan blog. You know, I'm guessing actually the things for.
All right, Legumantines. What does Sleepy Sensei want?
Country millets. Apparently this is optional as well.
Right. But I want the scenes.
Yeah. I'm guessing like all of those fortunes are just references to bird blogs or ornithologists or whatever that guy's a fan, whoever wrote it is a fan of, or possibly whoever localized it is a fan of, whichever one.
But yeah, for those of you who don't know, February 3rd is Setsuban, which is basically, from what you've to understand, kind of the Japanese New Year. And part of the celebration for that is you're supposed to take beans and fling it, and that's supposed to scare demons away. So of course you start the year with good luck.
Right.
So that is the origin of Legumantines.
Yes, it is association with the Lunar New Year and New Year's Eve ritual to cleanse away evil, deformity, or drive away disease. So the special ritual in particular is called Mamamaki, bean scattering.
Yep, Brian Pigeon is a real blog.
Yep.
And so is was it Bork?
Yeah, Borks. Yeah. Yeah, I thought all those things started up after, Hatoful Boyfriend. You can't really say made it big, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Apparently, the Bork thing in particular is one dedicated to exotic birds.
That's Kazuaki, all right. Yeah, I'll freely admit that I'm a big tea drinker. And for things like spearmint or things like that, I actually will, while the water is heating up, I will go ahead and smell the mint because I just really like that scent. Well, apparently Hanafol or the Localizer contacted those blogs.
Yeah, very cool. I wonder what they told them.
Do you want to be referenced in our game about birds?
About dating birds.
Right. Well, they may not have mentioned that. Aw, we made Sleepy Sensei happy.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to save Evil Bird for last.
Right. I would be fine with that. Oh, we're about wrapping up.
Yep.
Kitchen blog, How to Boyfriend, Bring It On.
There's the story about it.
All right, let's go ahead and look that up. Kitchen blog. Ooh. Ever wonder what it's like to date a pigeon? But, ages ago, I asked by a dude in Japan if I minded having my pick in a pigeon dating game. Of course, my answer was yes. Initially, I thought it might help me with my own dating strategy, but that didn't happen.
Aw.
The world's most famous blogger. So apparently the whole Brian Pigeon thing is he does it in character as a pigeon, which is pretty, it's kind of wild.
Huh.
Huh. So what was the first part of that?
Basically, the photo was a picture of the most important bird in his life, and Kazuaki thought they would live together forever, but one day he looked around and he was alone.
Hmm. Hmm. We're being awfully ambiguous about who it is, too.
Right.
Quail mate for life. Hmm. Ah, so what's his ex? Because I give myself no points for guessing that one in the kind of game this is.
Oh, that's kind of an interesting thought. Better to love everyone around you just enough that you won't regret losing them.
Hmm. Well, they already marked it out, so. I gotta say, I was half expecting the punchline to be that his ex was Shu.
It's okay in the bird world.
Luckily, there's no option to date a duck here.
Yeah.
Crazy rapist necrophiliacs and stuff.
Right. Oh, Mog was pondering that too.
Yeah, they're being really ambiguous as to what who was on the photo. Aw. So you're reading between the lines. When you're illegal,
Right. When it's no longer compromising professional ethics.
Yeah, there's always that undercurrent of a little skeevy, when they have a teacher route in those games. Like even in jurisdictions where it isn't illegal or anything, you do have that whole bit of somebody a lot more emotionally
Yeah, the person,
an authority figure and stuff, right? So that one was pretty. That one was kind of predictable,
right?
There's nothing wrong with that, I guess, but
what may come.
Sleepy Bird only has the one ending.
Yep, Sleepy Bird only has one. All right,